All right, we're about to start. I am Andrew Spey. You're watching on FloWrestling. It is the 121st EIWA Championships, and we have 125 pounds on the mat right now for first place, both wearing gold singlets and the green ankle bands for Army. That's Charlie Farmer, ranked 30th in the nation in the red ankle bands, wrestling for Lehigh, the hosts of the Easterns this year. That's Sheldon Seymour, ranked 18th in the nation. Seymour also with a little bit of white on the singlet, on the back and on the thighs. He's also got a right knee taped up. I believe that happened in the last dual meet of the year. Had a tough bout with Richie Figueroa, who's currently ranked number 2nd, the defending champ from Arizona State. We get a stalemate after 41 seconds of action. And as Brian Hazard says on the PA here in the arena, in Stabler Arena, both of these wrestlers have already qualified for NCAA. So this is for a conference title and NCAA seeding. Seymour's going to want to protect his seed or his ranking in the coaches poll. But Charlie Farmer's got a little bit more ground to, maybe not ground to make up is the right word, but he's got higher potential to move up with a win over a higher ranked wrestler, while Seymour wants to basically defend his ranking from a lower ranked wrestler. And I don't have the coaches poll in front of me, but they usually correspond fairly closely to the Flow rankings. Collar ties, not a lot of shots so far halfway through the first period. There's a lunge by Seymour. Arm drag from Farmer. Now he's on the attack. Seymour backing up on the far side of the mat. Whistle blown dead. Back to the center. Rounding the 1 minute mark here in the first period. Lehigh does not have the team race locked up, but they have 6 finalists, and second place Drexel only has 2 finalists. So a lot has to go wrong for Lehigh and a lot has to go right for Drexel. Drexel does have 5 more wrestlers in the consolations. 2-on-1, a Russian tie for Seymour. He throws it up and then gets whipped over, but he chains together a low double. He's trying to suck in Farmer, and he gets the 3. Much to the delight of the hometown crowd, Mountain Hawk fans in attendance here behind me and then in front of me. Camera picking up the far, I think a little less sparsely, or a little less populated set of the stands. Less sparsely would be more populated. Anyhow, under 30 to go. Seymour now on top, throws in a half and a thigh pry. Strategically, he's going to want to ride out this period, save that escape point, keep a 3-point lead rather than making it a 2-point lead. Farmer has a whizzer. His leg is getting trapped, riding on that ankle. So nice Seymour. I think that was a figure 4 of the trailing leg of Farmer, so he couldn't get free even though he had a whizzer position. Wasn't able to then turn and face and get that escape point in short time. Nice ride, good technique from Seymour. And a 3-point lead with 33 seconds of riding time for the Mountain Hawk. As we start the second period, Seymour, a junior from Troy, Pennsylvania. In Troy High School, switch season, and then a scramble, and then a reversal for 2. So a 5-0 lead for Seymour over Farmer. These two met earlier in a February 1st duel, and it was a 6-4 win by Seymour. It's the first time qualifying for the NCAA tournament for both of these wrestlers. But as mentioned earlier, NCAA seeds going to be impacted by this match. There's a lot to wrestle for besides the EIWA title, which itself is a big deal. Now a trap arm ride, not a fully trap since you can't lock hands in this position in folk style. But now one-on-one. I thought I was going to get a two-on-one, but Seymour riding tough again. He's got over a minute of riding time. And Seymour still riding tough. He's mostly parallel. And they drive him down to the mat, or Seymour does, I should say.
For housekeeping items, officials, coaches, and wrestlers, we will wrestle 125 through 149.
So 35 seconds remaining in the second period. And Seymour will really be in the driver's seat if he can get another ride out.
We'll do 74, 84, 97, and 285. So that's our award presentation schedule.
Mat return after Farmer walks to the far side of the mat. Now just 16 to go on the restart. Seymour, once again, figure four in that far leg, and he does get the ride out, so this is looking pretty good for Seymour.
4-2 now. Here on mat number 1 in our third place bout of 4-2 lead for Wagner. We're going neutral to start our third period on our championship bout.
So I may have said 5 NCAA bids. There's actually 6. I undercounted my own notes. So third is going to be in neutral, and already 30 seconds has been chewed up. Farmer from Coal Valley, Illinois, and Moline High School. I believe that's Quad Cities out towards Iowa. Took a year at the Military Academy Prep School, MAPS as it's known, after high school. This is Farmer's first time qualifying for the NCAAs and first time starting for Army. Had Ethan Bergen down at 125. He moved up to 133. Cleared out of space for Farmer. Now he's in the EIWA finals, but he's got a 5-point deficit to make up and only 60 seconds to do that. So still in neutral and time running out for Charlie Farmer. Seymour, the clock is his friend, just wants to wind it down. He's going to be staying in base defense. His right leg taped up, but it doesn't seem to have affected much this tournament. These guys knew their job was at the very least make the finals, but they wanted to win here and get a conference title to their name as well. Front headlock in just 10 seconds now. Farmer, even if he gets a takedown now, it'll be academic. Final seconds. And Sheldon Seymour defends his top 20 ranking, and he is an EIWA champion. Big round of applause. There's Pat Santoro, Evan Henderson in his corner. Big fives for that one. Steve Blythe, Taylor Lamont in the corner.
Officials, begin your championship finals at 133 pounds.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to 133 pounds at the 121st EIWAs. That's Kyle Waterman from Drexel, the 4 seed, made it to the finals. He beat Bergen of Army to get here, and Kurt Phipps, the 2 seed, number 31 in the nation. This is for a NCAA invite. Phipps is a 2-time qualifier, finished in the round of 12 last year. Still needs to get a win to guarantee himself a spot here. The loser in this bout will be eligible for an at-large. But no sure thing. There's only about 5 or 6, sometimes only 4 at-large bids per weight class. So you want to get it done here. Nice double leg shot by Phipps. He's in the orange singlet. He's underneath, draped over back. Is Waterman with the green ankle bands. Phipps gonna try to swim around, reach back somehow, turn in one way or the other, looking for neutral danger. Had some wild scrambles so far here at Lehigh University's Stabler Arena. Phipps pushing back with his heels, trying to free that grip, but Waterman's got 2 hands on that right leg. Phipps is not letting go of that leg, and this is where knees start to get a little tangled up, and now Waterman had some height, and now Phipps is back here, and you want to let the wrestlers earn their points on the mat, but you also got to watch out for their health and safety. It's a tough line to toe, and they go out of bounds. No points, no stalemates. In neutral here, Waterman from Holland, PA, is a redshirt senior. This would be his first opportunity to qualify for the national championships. Never placed at EIWAs before, I don't believe. Council Rock South in PA. Phipps, also a PA wrestler from Irwin, PA, went to Norwin High School. You'll see quite a few PA wrestlers here at Easterns. The Eastern Intercollegiate Wrestling Association, aka the EIWAs. A W in there makes it tough to abbreviate it. Like UWW, it's a lot of syllables. United World Wrestling, about the same number. Haven't added them up, but that's why people call it Easterns. The Easterns sometimes. All right, first period, donuts on the board. Now we're in the second period. Reaching for a shot was Phipps. No stall calls, so each wrestler is going to want to demonstrate their aggressiveness so that they get the benefit of the doubt. Various instances where stalling could be called. Phipps taking a few more shots. He's definitely got the reach advantage too. Very long frame for 133 pounds. Another shot well timed, and there's the stall call on Waterman. So nice work strategically early in this match to put him in that position, even if he doesn't convert here, and he's very close. If he pops his head, there it is. That's the 3. But even if he didn't convert there, his aggressiveness would have picked him up a stall warning. So now he's got both, which is what you want. We have a minute to go. And potentially dangerous on Waterman's knee. Matt Acevedo in the corner for Waterman. Jimmy Overheiser, I believe, in Bucknell's corner. Gonna have to, I know it's not Coach Wernsberger, I believe it's Tyler Smith and Dan Neff. Apologies if I got that wrong, and it's actually Thomas Flitz. In any event, we've got 59 seconds and counting down. Going to crab rides here. Phipps still on top, still with the 3-point lead. Waterman still with the 1 stall warning. Waterman grabs himself a leg, but Phipps is okay to hang out there if he stays tight on Waterman's hips. There's no neutral danger here. Here's some shouting. This is what happens when you have the 3-ring circus going on. Oh, now the 2-on-1, and Waterman is going to give up some near fall. Nice move by Phipps. Only holding 2 swipes, but keeping the hold. So Phipps trying to tilt him back again. The count will start over, but. Oh, and now Phipps got out of position. 2 points, and what will Waterman do? He comes around for 2 just before time runs out. So savvy move by Waterman to get those points back after giving up the swipes. But 1 minute and 12 seconds of riding time, so still a 3-point lead. It was going to be a 5-point lead. Now it's back to a 3 with that reversal. Waterman never giving up in those positions. And Waterman doesn't try very hard to keep Phipps down. He knows he needs to score. You can put that riding time clock under a minute if you want, but that just gets Phipps closer to victory. Ooh, nice little pass by for Waterman. Can he corral Phipps? He's got Phipps down on the mat. He's got both legs. His head's underneath the legs. If you can get Phipps on his butt, you could score in the so-called Jordan Oliver position. But Phipps is doing a good job climbing over the back. He's locked around the crotch. Waterman still driving forward. He needs these points quickly. He wants clean finishes as time is ticking away. Getting close to the final 60 seconds of regulation. He's down by 4, and Phipps has riding time, but that's going to be immaterial. But 2 takedowns is what Waterman needs, or some near fall. Multiple scores is the point. A takedown and ride out won't be enough. And we get a stalemate, 47 on the board. Now we're getting close to short time.
And finishing third in the EIWA, your winner.
20 seconds to go. Waterman unable to do much here. Phipps has that stall warning to give. Trying to get the go behind in under 10 seconds. Phipps is fighting, but the clock is more important right now. There's the 3. Riding time and the clock are synced up. Is he going to get near fall? Whoa, coming close. There's the YOLO brick from Coach Acevedo. And then they changed their mind. I think they canceled the brick. Canceled the brick. He took it back. So Kurt Phipps is going to the NCAAs for the 3rd time. Congrats to the Bucknell Bison.
Let's move to 141 pounds. Wrestling for 5th on mat number 3. Wearing the red from RB West Point.
All right, we're going to move on to 141 pounds.
Justin Hoyle. On mat number 1, wrestling for 3rd from Franklin and Marshall. That's Bryce Crescio.
I believe what just wrapped up on
Jordan Soriano.
mat 1 for 3rd place at 133 was Ethan Bergen getting the 3rd place win over Matty Lopes from Lehigh, which puts Bergen in the first man out. Oh, no. It's only one spot. Anyway, that was just loud in here because Matty Lopes wrestles for Lehigh. So we're going to get ready here for 141. Both these guys already qualified. There's some rowdy Navy fans here, Sons of Annapolis Wrestling. They got a whole flag and everything, a cheering squad. But that's Josh Coderhant from Navy in the blue and gold, taking on another Bucknellian. There are several Bison here at the EIWA Finals here in Lehigh University. It's Dylan Chappell in the orange, the 3 seed. Got revenge over Jordan Soriano from Drexel in the semifinals. He's going to place above his seed. Coderhant. He's beaten Chappell before, twice in 2024, also in last year's, or 2023, and in last year's finals. I believe he's 3-0. These guys have both been in the conference for a few years. They're both seniors. As Chappell's in on some legs, and he's very close to 3. And there it is. Actually, Chappell's a redshirt junior. Coderhant's a senior, but 3 for Chappell in the escape. So Chappell trying to flip the script here a little bit. Coderhant majored him in a duel just a month or so ago at the end of January. Then Coderhant majored Chappell in the 2024 EIWAs. He majored him in the duel earlier. All right, so 3-0. Now Coderhant's trying to muscle up. Head and arm. Chappell's going to have to fight off his back. The cement job for Coderhant. There it is. Josh Coderhant from Belleville, Illinois. And the Navy crowd's going nuts. Big reaction for Josh Coderhant. First takedown goes to Chappell, but the finisher. All right, you heard Brian Hazard on the PA. It's time for 149 pounds. The finals of the 121st EIWAs. That's Malik Hines, 4-time national qualifier. This is his last bite at the apple. He's in the red ankle bands, both wearing gold singlets. His opponent, Trey McDaniel from Army, the #1 seed in the green singlets. Hines ranked 33, McDaniel right on the bubble. They're both pretty much a toss-up. They wrestled earlier this year, January 1st. They had a dual meet. That was a shootout won by Hines, 12-10. We'll see how many points go on the board here. I would take the under if you're setting it at 22. But we could see that scoreboard get lit up here. Hines, ankle pick, changing level. McDaniel, a junior from Cleveland, Tennessee. Slide by attempt doesn't land by McDaniel. Hines a senior, 5th-year senior, maybe 6th-year with the red shirt from Kissimmee, Florida. As action continues on the side of the mat. Now Hines in on a single leg. Good sprawl from McDaniel. Hines still at his base. See if he can work up or if he'll just get a stalemate here. That was a different whistle. McDaniel breaks the grip.
Watch his knee! Watch the knee! 2 hands on it! Watch his knee! Watch the knee! Can't take it that way! The knee!
And the Lehigh bench, as McDaniel comes around, wanted a potentially dangerous and a huge mat return right on Hines' head, and McDaniel wrestling tough. So, Coach Dillon telling Zach Ray the challenge. It was a slam, saying they had a trap arm on Hines, and he wasn't allowed to, saying it was a legal hold, that the mat return was illegal. Coach Green in the corner, Scott Green and Steve Blyce talking to McDaniel as we wait for the review of this challenge. And Zach Ray, Evan Henderson in the corner for Hines. Officials looking at the replay now. So they've watched it one time, they'll probably take another look. Hines the 2 seed, McDaniel the 1 seed, but McDaniel and a ranker's delight in here. I think McDaniel lost to Hines, but Hines may have lost to someone else in the bracket. So to take down, no illegal move after review. And so we'll get back to action. Hines down on the mat. 1 loss challenge for Lehigh. Not sure how many they have. Oh, nice stand and then a little short sit. He just kind of went up, then down, then turned in. Hines has worked his way up to 149. Wrestled at both 133 and 141 in his career. So not a lot of riding time, and a 2-point lead for McDaniel. This first period comes to a conclusion. Still 2-point lead for McDaniel. He's going to choose down. Took a medical red shirt the year before. He was 4th in the EIWA in 2023. This would be his first time qualifying for the NCAA. Hines has been there 4 times as he tries to maintain the ride going here as McDaniel catches that leg, but now Malik has the leg split. Ooh, a 1 count. Hip highs for McDaniel. He's been wrenching on that leg. But Malik Hines is flexible enough where he'll kind of hang out there. And now he's in a little crab ride with the leg seat belting McDaniel. But then he freed that second leg, turned in the other side, and now Hines somersaults backwards, kicks him free. 30 seconds of riding time for Hines. But a 3-point lead now for McDaniel. Obviously, you always want to score and not give up scores. But this is a very pivotal point in the match. You got 45 seconds in the second period. Do you go into the third tied 4-1? Oh, as Hines drops down on a single, and that's what he wanted to do. Now he's going to want the ride out. He's got to work up. And there is a nice mat return for Hines. 20 seconds left in the period. McDaniel's going to want to get this escape. Riding time's at 51 seconds with 18 left on the match clock. But then also you want to get those short time points. McDaniel right up, tries to a somersault, and Hines is going to hold on to that leg. He'll take the stall warning with 7 seconds. 6 to go now. So when you're that close, when you're under 10 seconds, you kind of do the math and you say, all right, I'll eat the stall. I don't want to give up the point. McDaniel still has time to escape, though. He's not going to get it. So, all right, now things are heating up. 1 takedown apiece, 1 ride out apiece. Hines, 108 of riding time, but he's going to choose down to try to get that escape point. And if you can get it in under 8 seconds, great, but it's pretty much immaterial anyway. Switch. Oh. And then maybe a gator bacon attempt. Hines got some tricks. And now McDaniel slips in that leg. You think he was thinking, no, there's a whole series from there, and I'm going to say the wrong one. But going to use that far arm and not spladle, but can opener, something. And now Hines has his own leg, or has it McDaniel's right leg trapped. And the armbar was called potentially dangerous. They had limbs going all over the place. I couldn't figure out exactly where everybody was. Running time down to 22 seconds. But McDaniel knows if he can't ride him, get the full ride out. Oh, dropping down on a double leg. So he gets the escape point, does Hines. And a cradle from McDaniel. Was anything called? 3 was called, so the escape for Hines and then 3, no near fall. And Hines desperately needs to break that grip. Clutch from McDaniel. He had to pull out some tricks of his own there. He saw an opportunity and went with it. I don't think they're going to call stalemate with a pinning combination in. And now Hines has 30 to go. There's only 1 NCAA qualifying spot here at this weight. Hines has got to go. McDaniel wants to chew up this clock. He wants to keep scrambling. 20 seconds. And will it be more near fall? No. Or any near fall. I don't think we've seen any yet. 10 seconds. A reversal is what Hines needs. He's got 7 seconds. Can he pop his head? Hines steps over. And they tumble out of bounds. Time's up, and the Army coaches are pumped. Hines was very close at the end, but McDaniel prevailed. He is your EIWA champ, Trey McDaniel, for Army West Point. An NCAA champ and a national qualifier.
Turn your attention to the red, representing Lehigh, Logan Rosinski.
That's Logan Rosinski in the Lehigh gold,
And his opponent,
red ankle bands.
representing Drexel, Luke Nectar.
And for Drexel in the white singlet with the blue and gold trim, that's Luke Nichter.
157 pounds.
Nichter, a redshirt senior, number 2 seed. He had a thunderous semifinal bout where he just went off. A couple feet to backs and a high flyer for a pin. Gator bacon. It was impressive. His opponent, Logan Rosinski, ranked 31st, a true freshman from Blair. Lehigh coaches wanted an illegal lock. An illegal headlock. Not sure what the call was, but well, the call was a no call. It was briefly signaled for, but then didn't get awarded. And then Nichter runs Rosinski right out of bounds, trying to lock up some upper body stuff. So the veteran running the freshman out of bounds. Stall call on Rosinski. Just about a minute into this finals match here at the 121st EIWAs. And Rosinski finds himself a single leg, loses his headgear in the process, but that's fine. He doesn't need that. He's got Nichter up in the air. Nichter's got a long frame, so he's going to defend from here. No big deal. Nichter maybe thought about going head over heels there. Now he's trying to get a Jonesy tilt going. Nichter now just passes the ankle, goes all the way through. Rosinski is behind him. If he frees his right leg, he'll be in good shape. Applying pressure forward. He's got the height. Nichter's just holding on to that heel, but it won't matter. 3 points is awarded. And Rosinski asks if he can get that leg back now, and we'll just get a stalemate. Rosinski had an armbar in. He's looking around for his headgear. There's his headgear. It was kicked over to the Drexel bench.
Logan, great job.
That's Mauro Correnti. Apologies if I messed that name up. And Chad Walsh, I believe. Walsh of the New Jersey Walshes. A pinning family. Taylor Walsh, and there's another Walsh, I believe, here at EIWAs. Zach Ray comes out to talk to Rosinski. Santoro, coaches Santoro and Dillon talking to the referees, trying to say what was going on there. So I believe, okay, so Rosinski's from Sparta, New Jersey. That's not where Zach Ray's from, but it's close. Lake Hapatcong, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe just regular Hapatcong. It's Northwest Jersey. It's wrestling country, not far from the Lehigh Valley, where Rosinski's from, and Blair, adjacent to the Lehigh Valley. So everything's figured out, the headgear, the score. We're ready to wrestle. Rosinski on top, leads 3-0. Breaks Nichter down.
Get your tilt.
2-on-1. We're looking for a tilt. Now to a 1-on-1. Back to the 2-on-1. What's Rosinski gonna do? Forearm tilt, now into a bar. He's got that right leg figure forward. Nichter frees that. He's trying to just work up from his base. I think he got both fan bases calling for stalling.
Stalling bottom. Stalling bottom.
Rosinski's still mostly parallel, but now the bottom wrestler, that is Nichter, gets called. Both of them are trying to improve. It's just what you get is not much as far as action. But I don't think Nichter wants to be there. I don't think Rosinski wants to stay parallel. High on the thigh is that figure four, so Nichter is just going nowhere. It could have called a stalemate maybe.
Logan, keep scoring.
So Rosinski trying to go out here and win an EIWA title as a freshman. That's harder than it sounds. Kyle Dake never won 4 EIWA titles. People forget that. Throwing in a leg and cranking the power half on the left side. The boot is on the right side, and Nichter just wants to muscle Rosinski over, but Rosinski is resisting. That's some flexibility. My arm does not go like that. Very few people's arms really work like that. But Brzezinski is he's a D1 athlete. This is how they roll. World-class athletes. Brzezinski shakes it off. Nichter covers, and this time no legs go in, and Brzezinski's up to his feet. He's trying to peel hands. Nichter brings him back down, and Brzezinski.
Wrestle, Logan!
That one didn't appear to. Yeah, you hear Brzezinski let out a groan, and now he's got to shake out his arms. Nichter from Chambersburg, PA. Have never wrestled. 2 Eastern PA programs, Drexel and Philadelphia, Lehigh right here in the Lehigh Valley, appropriately enough. Nichter was a qualifier in 2021, now trying to get back to the NCAAs. Got a caution on Brzezinski. Maybe trying to shake off those mat returns and those power halves. Now Brzezinski's into his quad, and then broomstick sweep from Nichter, and he is crunching in that half. But the flexibility of Brzezinski paying off here. He slips out of that half, and he collects 2. So now it's 5-0. Riding time going in his favor again. And he turks that bottom leg, and I think Brzezinski's going to want to try to return the favor from all that top work that Nichter was administering to him. And Nichter didn't want to let go of that arm. He said no thanks. He needs to free that bottom leg. Easier said than done. But he's scooting forward. That's how you do it. And there is another stall call. Nichter shakes his head. He says, I'm trying to get up. But there's another point, so it's 6-0. And Brzezinski is getting closer to that true freshman EIWA championship. You guys had guys do that before as true freshmen, but it's rare. I got to go in the history books. At least I'm fairly certain they have. Second period ends, and Brzezinski, even though this has been a brawl, and Nichter has been giving it as good as he's been getting it. It's all been Brzezinski on the scoreboard. And Nichter says neutral. And he's got some upper body moves. He's got a long frame, and he doesn't mind messing around here. Brzezinski giving up ground here. Now, just pushing shouldn't be a stall call, but giving ground could. And they circle back in bounds. So it's weird now because they make the out-of-bounds rules, they tried to make it explicit what's a stall or not, that now no one ever gets called just for backing up, when they used to be how the only way stalling was called. And you still could call it that way. But that's a discussion for another time. We have 1:23 left. 1:16 of riding time for Brzezinski. Brzezinski knows that Nichter needs a home run, and he's wrestling accordingly.
Fakes, Logan, fakes! Logan, level change!
Does have to be careful if he gets hit with too many stalls. I'm surprised he hasn't been hit. There's the first time he's been hit. Under a minute to go. Oh, nice little Olay. Little arm whip for Brzezinski. Trying to sneak a takedown. And they let the wrestling continue. And Brzezinski will hang out there on the edge. If you're Nichter, you got to stay right in the center and then run back to the center and make Logan follow you. But easier said than done. What he really needs to do is go feet to back, which when your opponent knows it's coming, one of the hardest things to do. Can Nichter dig deep, though? Can he find a way? Will this be Brzezinski's time? A great story either way. True freshman or redshirt senior in his final year of eligibility. 1 NCAA spot on the line. An EIWA title and a ticket to Philly. High drama. But with 25 to go and a 5-point lead, only one stall warning. Rosinski's, he's got room to play, and this is how Nichter goes. He pulls up, and a stall warning and headlocks, and they go right into the photographers. So one more point, 14 to go. Not out of the woods yet, though. Nichter, if you're backing up, he can still find a way. There he goes, slaps in the over-unders. Rosinski drops down, goes for the gator roll, and that's it. Rosinski knows, pumps his fists. He's got the takedown. And 1-4. Did he not get that takedown? He had 6, and then he should have another takedown. And the riding time point. I think they're figuring it out. Anyway, it's immaterial. I'll figure it out. Logan Rosinski, EIWA champ.
2-1 victory. Your winner and finishing third from the United States Naval Academy, Jonathan Lynn Green, and representing Binghamton,
All right, 174 pounds, the 121st EIWAs. We're watching Danny Wask for Navy in the blue and gold, and in the Binghamton green, that's Brevin Casella. Casella, very long frame for 174. 4 weights qualified. This is probably the EIWA's deepest weight class. They had 4 ranked wrestlers and 3 in the top 14. Wask is number 14th in the nation. He was a sophomore from Wantage, New Jersey, Blair Academy grad. Casella is ranked number 9. He's a veteran, 5th-year senior. Been at Binghamton for 6 years, I believe, from Clinton, Massachusetts. 4-time national qualifier. Front headlock for Wask. Casella. Holds his ground, gets a stalemate, adjusts his chin cup. Got a little extra cushion there with the goatee. Wask also with a chin cup on his chin strap. I don't see a goatee though. Tough to tell. With 4 spots up for bid here, or up for grabs, Wask and Casella both earned theirs when they made the finals, so they're going to NCAAs. Wask now a 2-time qualifier, his freshman and sophomore year. Casella is a 4-time qualifier. Casella trying to change levels, look for a shot. That's caught by Wask. And now Wask taking ground, Casella backing up. Actually, let's make that, as they go out of bounds, a 5-time national qualifier. Oh, no. I'll take that back. I was looking at the wrong information. Now just a 4-timer. 5-time starter, and this is just his 5th year, so. No red shirt for Brevin Casella. Right into the fire in 2021, and then 22, 23, 24, now 25 are all years in which he's going to wrestle in the NCAAs. At least we are going to assume that the NCAA championship is going to happen in 25. And a shot from Casella. Wask gets hit with Stalin. Coach Kolat does not like that. Now Wask getting a little bit more aggressive. Two other qualifiers at this weight class would be Josiah Queen and Dalton Harkins. Harkins beat Queen in the quarterfinals, but then Queen wrestled back and beat Miles Tackett's, the 3 seed. Tackett's now wrestling for 5th, so he wants to get that first guy out spot. But that's all happened on the periphery. Right now we have one period in the books, 0-0, one stall call on Danny Wask.
Period number 2, Casella goes to the down position.
Off the whistle. Casella's first move is stopped. Now he's up to his feet. Wask wrapped tightly around the waist. Now he goes through the crotch. Casella can't stay on his feet. Head coach Kerry Kolat, formerly of Campbell, a two-time world medalist. And there's a whole lot more to Kerry's story. Telling Wask gonna have to keep picking him up and putting him down. Wants him to keep riding tough. And now Casella's out. First point for the Bearcat. And there's a nice level change entry shot from Wask. Casella's got a far ankle. And now Wask trying to figure out a way through these defenses. Casella still holding on tight. Wask trying to free that foot. It's not going anywhere. And we get a stalemate. Nice defense from Casella after a very deep shot from Wask. Another shout out to the Sons of Annapolis Wrestling Club. They it's probably a lot of Navy wrestlers, but maybe just some Navy supporters. They have been loud, loudest group here the whole time in Stabler Arena. Another flurry. They go out on the edge of the mat. Action is called right in front of Coach Kyle Borshoff. Been at the helm of the Bearcats for a good while now. Wask firing off a shot. And now he's deep again. He's going out the back. Casella holding on to a leg. We've seen a lot of scrambles like this all day long, all weekend long. Casella holding on. Wask probing for a way to get through here to free his leg and get behind Casella, but Casella gets a say in that matter as well. Short time, and with just 8 seconds on the clock in the second period, we'll get a restart. Second period down, just the 1 point for Casella. Wask does have a stall warning, but he's losing, so that's probably not going to matter. Casella has one to give. He takes a few steps back, fires off a shot. He's got those long arms. Something you got to deal with. He can always make you react there. Wask on the re-attack pushes Casella to the edge, but that's going to work in Casella's favor. Navy corner wants stalling, but Casella's going to be allowed to stay on those legs. Coach Borshoff says post and go. And trying to time that whistle, Casella a little too anxious. I like the idea though, why not have one there? There's 93 seconds left in regulation. You got a 1 point lead. Now he takes a step back. Resting his elbow on his leg. That's bad body language when you're trying not to give up a stall call. Referees are going to notice that. Does it again. Wask taking ground. There's the stall call. When Ayaz does that, Casella dives in for an ankle, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. You back up to set up a shot, you can get hit. Now Casella trying to get height. He's coming out the back. Can he reach around? Ooh, stalemate's called. Lou Dupre, All-American, Binghamton legend in the corner as well with Coach Borshoff. He said let Casella wrestle, and then another back up and shot. This time, Wass was ready for him. Wass was ready for the last couple shots. Trying to reach underneath, and now Wass drives him right out of bounds, and if there wasn't a stall call there, I think we would have had a riot. Ty Eustace also in the corner for Colat for the Navy midshipman, and it is getting rowdy here. There's the point. It's 1-1. And Casella can't give up any more stalls. Neither can Wass for that matter. And Casella down to a knee. They're both down at a knee. Casella looks at the clock, looks at Wask and fires. 10 seconds to go. Are we destined for overtime? Wask heavy on Casella's head. He sees there's a few seconds left. And we're going to go to overtime. Sudden victory. First person to score. It's going to be an EIWA champion. They're both already qualified, but seed's going to matter here. This is for NCAA seeding. Shot by Casella. His long arms wrapped around Wass. Now he digs underhooks. He's pouring it all into this sequence. Wass backing up. Casella wants it done now. Wass down to a knee. Borshoff wants stalling, and we get a stalemate. An interesting call there. Casella, big breaths here. He wanted to get it done there. Shot, Wass was ready, jumps away. Another shot from Casella. Wass stops him. No stall calls. And now Wask is marching Casella out of bounds. Casella has to be careful. He drops to his knees, almost like he's trying to get grounded in freestyle. Go out of bounds, action call. And I think Casella really wanted it all in when he had those double underhooks. He's got to dig deep here. From Clinton, Massachusetts to the EIWAs. And now Wask is in deep. He's got a leg. He's around the hips. Can Casella stop it? No, they go out of bounds. Wask was dragging a hand. And here's the brick. And if he doesn't get it here, he gives Casella a big break. Casella looked almost done there. Almost needs help to stand, and I don't mean to laugh at how tough this is. It's just I'm in awe whenever I see. All right, we got an independent. Referees wanted to look at this themselves. And what a display of fortitude, the stamina needed, the conditioning. All season, all career for Casella. This is his last time wrestling in a Binghamton singlet at the EIWAs. It'll be his last time wrestling in a Binghamton singlet at Nationals. Still 56 seconds left in overtime. And now, whether there's a takedown or not, this will decide the match if it is a takedown. Call on the mat is confirmed. Coach Collot claps his hands anyway. He likes the effort he's gotten out of his sophomore from New Jersey. In on a low-level shot. Casella's going to have to scramble. Casella close to neutral danger. Wask has height, but he gets knocked down on his butt. They go tumbling around right in front of the scorer's table. Casella has got the legs tangled up. What can Wask do? 22 seconds. And what a weird position, but we got stalemate. I don't know if they can untangle themselves. Limbs everywhere. Back to the center. All the other 174-pound bouts are done. Just this. Wask being aggressive. Casella dives underneath. Elbow post, and Casella's in deep with 10 seconds now. Wask needing to be flexible. 5 seconds. Casella trying to trip. He has to fight a whizzer. He slips in a leg. Was it 3? Was Wask able to come over top? And Casella wants the brick. Or we go to tiebreakers, no brick. What a battle, 1-1. An escape and stall call. And both wrestlers can't stall again. Neither one has any margin for error. So 30 seconds, they each get a choice, and Casella's on top. He's got those long limbs, slips in a leg, Wass is to his feet. He's got to figure out a way to free himself. Casella just draping those arms over top. 12 seconds, and now Wask got 2 hands on Casella's head. A no control fall? No, not going to get that. 3 seconds, Casella's going to get the ride out. So Casella chose top, and Wask chooses neutral. Could have chosen bottom, and now Wask chooses neutral, and Casella's in on a single leg. Is he going to find a spare tank somewhere? All he needs to do is stay in this scramble. Neutral danger. Is it past 90? I think you could call it. Maybe not. Man, it's close, but no stalemate coming either. In the final seconds, they're going to let it play out, and there it is. Well, I call 3. All right. Either way, it was going to be 30 seconds of riding time or the takedown. I guess it's both. And Brevin Casella for Binghamton guts it out. Now he needs the oxygen tank. What a battle, what a war. Great bout. 10 minutes of wrestling. As our awards winners, we have some podium placement pictures to take. And now we're going to do some announcements. Once again, it is 3rd place bouts on mat 1, 5th place bouts on mat 3, and 1st place bouts on mat 2. Very easy to remember. 3rd on 1, 1st on 2nd, 5th on 3rd. So our 3rd place bout was announced, and now we'll hear the names of our 1st place wrestlers again. That's Hofstra's Ross McFarlane, number 22 in the nation. And his opponent, Caden Rogers, number 33 in the nation for Lehigh. Flurries to start off the period. Rogers in a front headlock. McFarlane taking ground. Short offense for Rogers. Might get a stalemate soon, and there it is. Once the ref starts looking for Some action. You can tell they start peering in a little closer. And then they say, all right, let's get a restart because we need some more action. The people demand it. Oh, nice level change, and McFarland's got a leg. He's climbing up, using his leverage well. Rogers trying to keep him at bay, but he's running out of room. McFarland, had that other leg. Rogers kicked it out. And they're at the edge of the mat. McFarland's got to drag him back to the center, and in doing so, almost allowed Rogers to get a leg of his own, but that is 3, and McFarland on the board first. Sixth-year senior and the 4 seed from Pennville, New York, Phoenix High School, has a 3-0 lead over Rogers from Lancaster, PA. He is a Malvern Prep grad, just like his teammate, Michael Beard, who we're going to see shortly, also from Lehigh. Redshirt sophomore is Rogers. So a little more experience for McFarland. This is Rogers' first year in the starting lineup, or the postseason lineup, for the Mountain Hawks. Ooh, looking to turn in, but McFarland using his leverage well. McFarland started for many years, but has never qualified for the NCAAs. There's only one spot on the line, so a loss here, and you got to hope for an at-large bid. They'll both have a good shot at getting one, but you don't want to leave it to chance, especially Rogers. Ranked 33, you're pretty close to the edge there.
Get your wrist free. Get your wrist free. Fight that wrist. Fight that wrist.
I'm not sure what the coaches' rankings are. Rogers may have a little bit more room for error there, but once again, not something you want to rely on. And even McFarland at 22, you never know. 2-on-1, McFarland is looking for that cross wrist tilt. Oh, a good cross face. And he might have been thinking cradle there. Rogers gets to his feet. Now rolls through, looking for maybe a little space between him and McFarland, but look how McFarland just keeps his chest to Rogers' back and then floats when he needs to. That's great riding. And Rogers, you can't intentionally hit the hardwood. Gets a stall warning. Newly minted Hofstra head coach Jamie Franco took over for Dennis Papadatos, who moved into an administrative role at the university, Hofstra University in Long Island. And McFarland gets the ride out, and he's in good shape here. Takedown, 1 minute and 45 seconds of riding time, and Caden Rogers got dinged for stalling already. Off the whistle. Caden Rogers goes down again after getting ridden out, but he had faith in himself, as did his coaches, and he earns the escape in 14 seconds. So riding time, though, almost 2 minutes for McFarland. It's a good amount of riding time, so that's probably going to play a factor depending on what Rogers can do from neutral here. 90 seconds remain in the second period. A long reach from McFarland. Nice arm drag from Rogers, and he gets McFarland on the mat, and just like that, he takes the lead, although, again, that huge riding time advantage might come into play. McFarland, locked hands, and pulling up on that knee, and McFarland gets the lead right back. So, yep, the 2 for the reversal and then the 1 for the locked hands. You got a free move, they say sometimes, when you're on bottom and your opponent locks his hand. So go ahead and try something goofy. And that wasn't necessarily goofy. It was certainly effective as it worked. And now it's a 2-point lead for McFarland, like it was when it was 3-1, and riding time ticking away. So just when Rogers was getting some momentum, hit a smooth arm drag. And had McFarland corralled, but it was not to be. And now McFarland, another ride out. And that riding time technically not locked. Rogers could ride him for the whole period and not give up the riding time point, but he would still lose. So I assume he's going to maybe try something, see if he can get a pinning combo. He's going to go optional start. And there is the escape, and right in on a shot is McFarland. And Rogers, good snap and go. But McFarland recovered in time. 90 seconds. And how much does McFarland have in the tank? Oh, plenty for that. Pardon me for ever second guessing. An explosion of power, and now McFarland's got Rogers where he wants him. 1 minute and 17 seconds remaining in regulation, and it's a 6-point lead. Lock up that riding time. It's a 7-point lead. And this is where McFarland has been most effective on top. Jumps the gun there. Rogers, wing roll. Big fan of that move. Rogers spinning around, Granby roll, sit out. McFarland follows. Under a minute. Now Rogers is on his belly. Tight waist, deep tight waist. Rogers turned in there. He's just going kitchen sink right now. Throwing everything he can think of out there. Why not? Reaching back. McFarland quick, though. When he explodes, deceptive quickness. He's got kind of a lanky build. But that big crossface, I could hear, I don't know if it's a Rogers relative or just a fan, but said, hey, easy. And there's no easy about it. Not in the EIWA finals. But understandably, you don't like seeing somebody cross-face, basically punch somebody you know in the face. All right, end of the period, end of the match. 11-4 officially. Ross McFarland is an EIWA champion, and he will take his number 22 ranking to Philadelphia. He punches his ticket. He's in. And there, Jamie Franco's got his first EIWA champ as a coach of the Pride. Nicely done. Dominant win. Very impressive. Update these results when I get the chance. All right, we're back. We're going to start fairly soon. It looks like we got a bout still going on mat 3. But that's about to end.
And that's going to do it.
And that'll do it.
7-1, and finishing fifth in the EIWA from Navy, Daniel Williams. Wrestling fans, let's meet our place winners and championship finalists at 197 pounds on mat number 3.
Oh, we got Anthony Mancini with hopefully some interesting facts. Caden Rogers' dad is Michael Rogers, head coach of Franklin and Marshall, which I believe I knew at one point but didn't remember in time for the broadcast, so thank you for that, Anthony.
Wearing the red from the United States Naval Academy, Peyton Thomas.
Franklin and Marshall, I think, is going to have to hope for an at-large bid, but they had a very competitive EIWAs. Across the board, I think this is the most competitive EIWAs that I can remember. I know the Ivies aren't here, and that will be commented on by many people. But to me, this was very strong from top to bottom. You go look at those team scores. Even the wrestlers that didn't win any matches had competitive bouts, and that wasn't always the case. When there were Ivies here, when there was 5-10 years ago, I've been watching a lot of EIWAs, and this has been a very fun tournament, not to be taken for granted. So, up at 197, we're about to begin. In fact, we have begun. That's Michael Beard in the gold for Lehigh, returning All-American, getting that hand fight going, and down to a single leg, treetops, trips, and Dylan Bechtold for Bucknell in the orange singlet, red ankle band goes down, and Beard has been a takedown machine. He's been killing people. Not just here at EIWAs, but all season. He's a 6-year senior, was an All-American at Penn State, transferred to Lehigh after 1 year of not being in the postseason, was a freshman All-American. Got an extra year of eligibility thanks to stupid COVID, and has been round of 12 and then 8th last year for the Mountain Hawks. And it's one of those times where a transfer occurs, and everybody on both teams seems to agree that he's a great guy. Single leg to another double. Dylan Bechtold, just a freshman. And the escape. Very young team for Coach Wernsberger. And they're having a great tournament. They have a champ, they have finalists. Lehigh's going to take the team race, but Bucknell right there in the mix for number 2, along with Drexel, Navy, and Army. Bucknell currently 5th. Beard leads 6-2 already. Another Malvern prep grad. And all over Bechtold is Beard. Beard originally from Reading, Pennsylvania. Bechtold from Pottstown, Pennsylvania. A lot of PA represented. Again, not a surprise. We are in wrestling country. And at Easterns, you will find lots of Pennsylvanians. We're going to get a restart. 2 takedowns to 2 escapes. Only 8 seconds of riding time. Beard had some finger tape, and he says, I'm done with that. 60 seconds to go in the first period.
Watch your feet. Make it hard.
And another shot from Beard. And now this is just back strength here. The fact that he can stay on his feet while Bechtold is sprawling like that with a headlock.
Good job, Bechtold. Good job. That's a shot yet. Come on, how about a stall? Ref, come on.
And some fans calling for stalling on Bechtold. And it's true, he's mostly been reacting to everything Beard has been doing. Under 30 in the first. Reaching for a leg is Bechtold, more of a half shot. And we reach the end of the first. Still 6-2. All Beard, but Bechtold looks no worse for the wear either. Bechtold, a graduate from Owen J. Roberts High School. He was the 2 seed, Beard the number 1 seed. It's been all chalk. Beard and Bechtold previously met. As the second period gets underway, Matt returned for Bechtold, but immediately out is Beard. The result of the bout February 7th in the Mountain Hawk Bison dual meet was a 21-6 tech fall for Beard. As one shot from Bechtold equals 3 points for Beard, now an escape. Beard reaches in to no avail at that point. 70 seconds remain in the second period. Fakes from both wrestlers on the left side of the mat. Bechtold just trying to hold his ground right now. You don't want to get tech-falled in the finals. You never want to get tech-falled. But you want a competitive bout. You got more eyes on you now. Short time. Fingers interlocked. Bechtold just trying to win that hand fight, but he can't get the underhook. He keeps trying to punch. And Beard just, yeah, too strong. They got fingers there, but referees let it wrestle. In the end of the period, and that'll be Bechtold's turn. He'll choose bottom.
10-3, we go to period number 3. Bechtold goes to the down position.
And there's the whistle. Third period underway, and a quick escape. And then a quick shot. And Beard wants to give up 1 to get 3.
Under.
And yeah, good job pulling in, pulling out, keeping Bechtold off guard. The push and pull, and eventually climbs up. Yeah, that's something that's a little counterintuitive when you're on a leg and you just want to gobble it up and get your 3. You push in, you pull out. Trying to get your opponent off balance, is what I was getting at. So now it's 13-4, still only 23 seconds of riding time. Optional start, 80 seconds to go in regulation. This is our penultimate bout here at the 121st EIWA Championships, or at least in the finals. Third place is done. Fifth place is going on at 197, under a minute. And Beard now content to win by major, it appears. Won't have riding time, so he only has an 8-point lead. So it's barely a major. And swim move from Bechtold, and now he's got 3 on Beard, and he says, let's keep going. 10 seconds, 14 to 8. Great fight in Bechtold, and now Beard's just backing away. Could have called a stall, but wouldn't have mattered. And then the shot right at the whistle, but Michael Beard finishes his career in a Lehigh gym with a 14-8 win. He's an EIWA champ once again. Michael Beard, 1 more NCAAs, and a long, impressive career is over.
At a point guard finish time, 11-1 on victory, finishing 5th in the EIWA from Army West Point, Wolfgang Frabo.
All right, we're back for the heavies. Our final bouts. We'll have first, third, and fifth. First on mat 2, third on mat 1, and fifth on mat 3.
Lehigh University, Christopher Powell. His opponent wearing the red from Bucknell, Logan Shepard. On mat number 1, wrestling for third, wearing the red, representing Morgan State, Xavier Doolin.
As the intros keep coming in.
The green, representing Army West Point, Brady Colder. Wrestling for the championship at 285 pounds, wearing the red, representing Lehigh, Owen.
So fan favorite Owen Treffin, the transfer from North Carolina State. He's qualified for the NCAAs before. Isaac Trumbull moved up down in Raleigh. All the NC State guys can't say enough good things about Treffin. They helped him find a new home. He found it in Lehigh, was eligible in the second semester, and now he's a top 10 heavyweight. Also, a top 15 heavyweight, Corey Day for Binghamton, is qualified for, I'll say 4. He's a 3-time qualifier now. So he finished in the round of 16 last year. Treffin in the round of 16 2 years ago. So these are heavyweights that have at least won 2 bouts each. Oh, nice high C, and Treffin very smooth with that takedown. Hasn't gotten it yet. Good scramble by Day, and they go out of bounds. Nice start to this heavyweight bout.
Your number 9 seed from EIWA, redshirt junior from Center Reach, New York, Center Reach High School, potentially dangerous to call on mat 1. On mat 1, wrestling for Philadelphia, Brady Colbert, your number 2
Treffin originally from South Carolina. And Treffin walking Day right out of bounds. We'll get a stall on Day. We've got a lot of Pennsylvania. We also had Trey McDaniel from Tennessee win a title, at Army by way of Tennessee. And now Treffin from Somerville, South Carolina. Now at Lehigh trying to win. So some Southern flavor that you don't usually see here at Easterns. Typically it's a Northeast affair. .90 seconds in to this bout. We have no scores, but we do have a stall on Corey Day. And yeah, some decent action from Treffin. Treffin ended up number 5 at the end of the season. I think he's pretty close to that in the coaches poll, thanks to his defeat of Colton Schultz, the NCAA finalist from Arizona State, who was ranked, I believe, 5 when Treffin got a high C, single leg, picked up Schultz, brought him down, collected 3 points and got the win. And now Zach Ray, an NCAA champ himself at heavyweight, wanted a stall call there. And now Day gets another stall, and Treffin takes him down on the edge. Good job adjusting his body so he's able to drag a toe. Sam Schuyler, a heavyweight for both Buffalo and Iowa State. He's in the corner for Day. I imagine he spends a good amount of time on the mat as well. And Lehigh develops heavyweights. Nathan Taylor was the starter for Lehigh, and the Lehigh coaches were very high on his development. Thought he could be an All-American, believed he could be an All-American. But unfortunately, an early season injury meant that they had a hole at heavyweight, and that was plugged by Mr. Treffin. Switch attempts, Granby roll, all stopped by Treffin. Quick update on the team score. It's going to be a Lehigh victory on the team scores as the first period ends. It'll be their first championship since, I want to say, 2021. Oh, there's Jordan Wood. 5-time EIWA champ. As we have blood, I believe.
We know you're thinking about it, coaches, but please make sure you're going online and submitting your EIWA Coach of the Year and Outstanding Wrestler ballots. Again, that's online.
Yeah, EIWA's was last won by Cornell, 24, 23, and 22. 21 was Lehigh, and it was a 4-peat, so 21, 20, 19, and 18. So their first championships of 21. As Day puts in a half, tries to roll the opposite direction and then catch Treffin. Takedown, ride out, and a stall point. Means it's 4-0 Treffin. Day with a leg in. Might start hearing some stall call requests from the Binghamton squad. Day is not really coming out to the side, but now Treffin builds up to his base. Day doing a good job with this ride. And there's the stall call on Treffin. Day still parallel, but Treffin's still on his stomach. Day from Buffalo, New York, went to Iroquois High School. Treffin a Blair grad. And now Day's got over a minute of riding time. And not much action, but Day did a good job. Did what he needed to do, and now Treffin says we're going up on our feet. He's not worried about that riding time point, and he feels confident he can win this this battle from neutral. Treffin's doing the reverse knee pad over the back of his shin, his calf. Is normally what people call that. Not 100% sure the reason behind that, but he's not the only wrestler that does it. Gabe Arnold does it. There's probably a few other guys forgetting. I guess you cushion your thigh when you drop to your left knee. Oh, now Corey Day's getting on his. We'll worry about that knee pad later. Day's picking up his offense. There's a shot. Where's the stall call, says Lou Dupre and Sam Schuyler and Kyle Borshoff. Zach Ray to his feet, yelling instruction. 1 minute to go. Snap down from Treffin. He's picking up his pace now a little bit. He can eat a stall call, but I don't think he wants to. Shot from Day. Re-attack from Treffin. And now Treffin's in deep. And that is the icer. 30 seconds. Treffin climbs up. Good chest lock attempt by Day. But it's going to be an Owen Treffin victory. He'll get riding time under a minute 2. Oh, he wanted a suck back, a power bomb, whatever you want to call it. He picks him up, tries to get a pin from there. No one's moving much from here. No need to call stalling, just let the time roll out. And the Lehigh fans have something to cheer about here in our last finals bout. An EIWA champ from the ACC to the Easterns. Owen Treffin is your champ. That's going to do it here from Lehigh University as the Mountain Hawk fans are cheering on their guy from NC State. For Andrew Spey and everybody at Flow Sports, that's me, I'm Andrew. We're going to say goodbye. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to everybody for putting on this great tournament. It's the oldest and greatest conference tournament. Thank you, everyone, one more time. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.